What is Santa Claus's favorite brand of laundry detergent? Yuletide. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Welcome to Santa Claus Jr. on the Game Boy Color. There's no title screen. When a game immediately goes into a menu like this that is all, there's no text. It just, I'm concerned I have a bootleg copy. That's what it always feels like when a game behaves like this. But nevertheless, we shall endeavor to play it. But welcome in. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat tonight. Welcome in, lurkers. And Zergling says, my Doom 64 adventures continue. Cleared another 3 levels since yesterday. I get the feeling many different people made the levels as the difficulty fluctuates like crazy. That seems vaguely familiar. I wish I hadn't played it so long ago, because all of the details of it for me are so fuzzy at this point. I don't even know when my last session of the game was. I guess I could check though, pretty easily. Doom 64. Last time I played it, it was night 11 for me. December 2021. So I haven't played it since the first year of the stream. That is much longer ago than I thought. I wonder how difficult it would be to tell what level I was on. I thought maybe I could just scrub through the video and see it easily, but it's not, it didn't put the number of the level on the screen. I guess I have to clear a level to be able to see it. I'd have to find in the video where I cleared a level. Well, I probably ended the night with a level cleared. Unholy Temple. The last level I finished was titled Unholy Temple. It didn't tell me a number, though. You never saw any Doom 64 videos on YouTube? Huh. Yeah, oh, you know what? Well, they're definitely there. Well, I just searched, but you know what? They might not come up It depends on your settings, or it might depend on your settings related to 18 plus games. Because they're 18 plus videos, because they're M-rated games, I have them set as 18 plus videos, so that might be why they don't show up. Alright, let's press some buttons. Let me see... First thing I want to see is if there's actually a title screen to this, so hang on just a moment. I'm gonna reset the game. Okay, let's see if there actually was a title screen and I just missed it. Splash screens. There we go. I don't know if I... Oh, nope. It just automatically goes through. Okay. Alright, so I assume this is play game. The hearts is probably our options. Yeah. Oh, no. Passwords, okay. Music and effects on and off. And what is this? Santa Claus Jr. This is the credits. This is the credits. Searching Doom, Agent Frownie. Got him. Excellent. I searched Doom 64 Frownie, and didn't see him for myself. That's what made me think maybe they weren't coming up because of the 18 plus setting. But yeah, maybe I should have typed Agent Frownie. If you subject yourself to them, hopefully you will find my playthrough not too agonizing. It's been, again, it's been 4 years since I worked on it, so... I don't really remember in any substantial amount of detail what it was like. I don't know if these credits loop, and I want to just back out of them, but I figured we already let them play part of the way. We might as well let the whole thing go. It's fun to watch someone play a game, play after you've been through a lot of a game. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm still looking for, I'm still looking for Jump King streamers. Oh, here we go. I think this is the end. No, the special thanks wasn't the last part of the credits? Hey, Buddha-Fingers, welcome in. Have you found anyone who's worse at Jump King than you? Is it possible? No way. I hold the record. I hold the record. #1 in the universe for, worst first playthrough of Jump King. This counts as credits, right? It does not count as a victory. Not only did they put their credits accessible from the menu, but the group photo as well? All of these, all of this build-up, all these guys wanted their credit, and, wouldn't it be a shame if the quality of this game revealed them to be villainous? Alright, let's actually play the game. I think we listened to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star long enough. Oh, boy. So this is like the rules of like the Tim Allen Santa Claus film. Like Santa got attacked, and the next person to put on his robe and hat just becomes Santa, even though apparently we are a child ourselves. I've got a jump. No. Oh, I do have a duck. It's just kind of slow to happen. Select does nothing. What is this? I can turn off the sound effects and the music at any time. What is this? Did this quit the game? They've got an automatic game over option from the menu. Okay, let me skip the cutscene. I kind of like the slideshow cutscene. It was a bit confusing what was going on there, but I thought the quality of it was fairly alright. This Game Boy Color music really is something else, unfortunately. I thought that swinging cage might hurt me. Can I go down this? No? Oh. Okay, jump on enemies. There's a ledge grab? Oh, I kind of like that. I don't know if these collectibles are mandatory. I get the feeling this is one of those... all the collectibles are mandatory kind of games. I'm on a timer here. I am. No! I didn't actually see the timer until it was too late. Presenting Santa Claus Jr. Okay, it doesn't look like any of the moving things in the background are dangerous to me. That's good. Thought your Game Boy collection got RIP'd. Is this one of the lone survivors? Well, I haven't gone through and tested every game. Like, they all got rained on when the pipe broke, and unfortunately they were in, like, these, I don't even know what you would call them. They're in these containers that were watertight, so they basically took a bath. You know, as soon as I found them in the water, I took them out and put them in a colander and tried my best to dry them out as best I could. So I don't know how... Like, I don't really know what the damage to them is. I haven't gone through and tried out every individual game. But I have Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance flash carts, so... Even if all of my original copies have been ruined, I have backup options. Shadowplay, welcome in. Bort Jams, welcome in. Hope you're well tonight, my friends. Thank you for joining us. This game allows you to turn music on or off just for having the game. Metroid Prime 4 charges $30 to unlock that feature. Well, I would consider turning off the music to be lowering the difficulty. So I wouldn't want to do that. Great, we're being haunted by cartridge corpses. Zombie ROMs. Zombies. Oh my. Doing good. Good to hear, Bort Jams. Probably don't want to experiment with falling down that pit. On the menu, there was an option to increase or decrease a number of hearts. By default, it was 2 hearts, and I left it that because my general rule is that I play I play new games on night 1. If there is a difficulty selector, then I turn it up to the highest difficulty on night 1 for everything we play. But I don't tend to alter heart, health, life, continue counters. Sometimes I do, but I'm really inconsistent about it. I usually only move the option if it's specifically labeled as difficulty. But so I left it at 2 hearts, but I don't know what those hearts equate to, because it looks like I have a health bar in the bottom left, but my health bar is 3 units, and my lives, what I think is my lives, is at 4, and so even if I collected an extra life on stage 1, that's still 3, which are both more than 2. So I don't know what the 2 hearts actually were supposed to indicate. My assumption was that it was going to be our health, was that it was a maximum health counter slider, which is why I didn't move it. But now I'm not sure. Zergling says ROMs are most scary to the original companies that made the games. It lets all their consumers compare their new stuff to the good old stuff. They would greatly prefer all of the ROMs poofed. Oh, I found a secret. Let's go. Streaming with Frownie is entertaining and educational. Tonight we have learned that 3 is greater than 2. You're welcome. Okay, I think we got everything. I like that we can climb on the vine here. Oh, look at that! The coat is, like, much too large for our character. I like how the sleeves flop when we climb across the thing here. It's nice. This is a well animated player character. I think I've done a good job. Not quite, maybe not quite the charm of having Santa hide within his own hat from last night's game, but still pretty alright. Ah! All of the enemies are cats. Not all of them, but the, like, most default of enemies is the cat. I don't know how to... There we go. See, I don't know how to do combat against the bird, but we got it. This is a pretty rough game to listen to, but so far, not bad to play. Oh yeah, that's the checkpoint. I thought the tree was the end of the level. D D W S R T Q. Oh, I like this stage. Purple sky with some beautiful blue clouds. I really don't want to fall down there. Can't slide on the slope. Will the balloon pop when I jump on it? Nope. It's bouncy, though. There's a squirrel. Ah! I didn't see those rockets until they were already coming for me. Oh no, those were faster. Rip the Deathless Run. Can I go down here? Ah, icicle! Oh, I said Deathless. Did I say rip the Deathless Run? Rip the Damageless Run, I meant. Whoa! Where did you come from? Had some fairly good food today. Quarter pound of duck, or a quarter of a duck, and a half pound of salmon. Went to a new Asian grocery store. They had heads, including barbecue duck for sale, marinated half ducks. I'll try the barbecue ducks next time, I think. I want to chop the head off like in a Christmas Story. I have, I don't know if I've ever had a dish where the creature's head was served intact. Music reminds me a lot of Big Nose the Caveman. I don't remember what that game sounded like. I guess, agony. The music is the aspect of games that sticks with me the least, especially if I've only done a single playthrough of something. Like I really have to live with a game for a long time before the music will like imprint itself in my memory. Oh, now we go. Rip the Deathless Run. Oh! I thought... I misread the scenery. I thought that was a platform I could walk on. It's in the background. Oh, and they put a rocket right there? That's rough. The difficulty suddenly multiplied by 1,000. It looks like that enemy is interacting with that weather vane, but I think it's coincidence. You're just a decoration? Where'd that bird go? Bogus. We can't attack the birds when they're moving, only when they're stationary? I disagree with that. Okay, please don't, get me. I was looking for secrets. I found none. Game's difficulty ramped up in a hurry. Yeah, like Ninja Gaiden. So funny of them having 0 pitfalls in stage 1. I don't even know if I ever realized that, that's the case. But, definitely, yeah, like, Ninja Gaiden is deceptively... Like, the first, like, 4 stages of Ninja Gaiden are all, like, pretty laid back and... I feel like it's easy to move through them with, speed and confidence, and then... Worlds 5 and 6 are devastating. I wanted to someday practice Ninja Gaiden for a Deathless challenge, but I haven't put in anywhere near the amount of time that I'm going to need to. What are you? I thought it was a lightning cloud. Stand on that, but I don't know what I want to. I had pasta for dinner tonight. Pasta and red sauce. I think I've got one more container of it in the freezer before I gotta make something new. I think tomorrow I'm gonna have turkey, though. I think we're gonna do some ground turkey and pasta. Tried that a while ago recently, like doing some ground turkey with spinach and like a Thai basil inspired sauce and just tossing it with noodles, and it's really good. Oh, we have a raid! It's Natto! Hey Natto! Thank you for the raid! I was hanging out in Natto's stream before we went live. GG on Donkey Kong Country 2. It was pretty dicey there at the end, but still sub 100 deaths. I saw. I was still lurking. When you got it. It was like, it was just under 100. You're at 92 the last time I looked at the count, but I didn't, I was listening more than watching, so I didn't see what the final count was exactly. Sean the Bomb, good to see you. Greg, always great to see you. Chargers Girl, have a great night. Thank you for stopping in briefly. Shoutouts to NatoFet, my friends. Nato's got one of my favorite streams. He's a super chill and friendly guy. He does lots of retro stuff. We were just talking about Ninja Gaiden. Nato is very good at that game. Learned the speed run. He also does Super Metroid, and lately he's been working on learning how to do Donkey Kong Country 2 Deathless. So you can see a lot of that over there, among other things. '92 was the final count. Well, was. Now I'm probably just a mere mortal. And yeah, we are in the Christmas mode. I've got all my decorations hung with care, and we've been playing. We're not playing exclusively Christmas games, but we're leaning heavily into them. We did one called Days Before Christmas last night. That was pretty good. It was an Australian Genesis game. It was kind of, what do I say? It wasn't, like, super ambitious or inventive, but it wasn't frustrating. It was very well animated, and very reasonable, very low amount of difficulty. My feelings of it were positive. I would give it a 6 out of 7. It was pretty alright. And this one also, so far, let me get my big head out of the way, is alright. We're only on like stage 3 or 4. The difficulty has dramatically spiked. The first two stages were basically nothing, and then there's an advertisement for Neon Bananas in the background. What in the world? So far, also very simple platformer. It's just walk and jump. There's no attacks, it really is just walk, jump, try to get to the end of the level, but, you know, it's my kind of thing. I'm on board for this. The biggest challenge in this game is just, I was right next to the checkpoint. That Christmas tree was the checkpoint. And I somehow managed to slide down that pit, even though there was barely a gap there at all. Oh. Not good, Frownie. Not good. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the biggest challenge is just suffering through the soundtrack. I don't know what it sounds like on the viewer's end, but on my end, this music is dreadful on these headphones. We got the sub 100 goal, now either 75 or 50, not sure yet. Yeah, I heard you talking about that too. I would say just go ahead and go for sub 50, right? Because you were already at 70 when you got to it was really the final boss. You'd already be sub 75 if it weren't for that final boss. I think, I think you'll have sub 50 in no time. Hey, Duck, something good to see you. Speedrun this. Hey, get the music over with faster. I blame the headphones. The music is divine composition, Buddha says. It's heavenly compared to Krusty's Funhouse, Zergling says. Yeah, that music's pretty rough, too. I don't think that this is... I would say this is worse, but that wasn't good, so... It's kind of a tomato-potato sort of situation. Oh, 300! Thank you, Zergling, for 300 streams. Very much appreciate the watch streak. Share this before I forget. Behold my lack of anything else to do power. That's a deceptive number, too, because it should be 397, right? Zergling's watch streak was unjustly reset at 97 streams. Yeah, pull the credits back up so we can voice our anger to the composer on LinkedIn, Buddha says. I cannot condone such behavior. I can definitely understand the impulse, but, we must let bygones be bygones. Take the high ground. Do we have to? I mean, you know. If you've been here when I've really been struggling with a game, I've definitely voiced my desire for bad luck to karmatically befall my video game developer tormentors. But I'm very hesitant, even for the sake of comedy, to promote something that sounds real-world actionable. If you think that music is bad, you should hear Rocky and Bullwinkle on the NES. It's an absolute nightmare, Shadowplay says. Rocky and Bullwinkle is one of those cartoons. I never got that. I don't know if I was too young or too poorly educated, but I feel like I could never make heads or tails of that show as a kid. No, there's not a... I thought I saw a platform down there. I don't know what I was imagining. I assure you, Rocky and Bullwinkle was not premised on being cultured in any way. I was just, I don't know. I just assumed that there was, like Cold War era, humor that was going over my head, like, looking back in retrospect. I like this, using the balloon to get across the spikes there. It's simple, but it's a nice little, I don't know, set piece. That's where the bar is set for the creativeness of the challenges. I don't like that you can't attack these birds when they're moving. You have to wait for them to perch, or you just go through them, or they hurt you. I think if you're coming down from above, that point should go to the player. Is this the end? It is the end of the stage. Let's go. So we found the sleigh and the reindeer. Are we going to restore them and then have a flying level next stage? That would be nice. I was much more into Hanna-Barbera's Wacky Races anyway. I don't think I've ever seen that one. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I watched it much growing up. I can't remember a single episode. I only remember it very vaguely. It was one of those things, it would come on in the morning, like before school. Like as I was getting ready sometimes, so it'd be something I could kind of half watch parts of in the background. But I don't know. I just always feel like I just didn't get it. Um, I kind of wish they made a limited edition Xbox One Series X controller for the movie The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. So we did have Space Jam 2 themed Xbox controllers a couple years back, Port Jam says. I have never heard of this other movie. Uh, you've not been immersed in the wonders of Dick Dastardly and Muttley? For shame, Frownie, your youth was wasted. I don't feel like any Hanna-Barbera properties really like connected very deeply with me when I was a kid. Um, like I saw like bits and pieces of some of them, like Underdog, I think is Hanna-Barbera. Uh, Hong Kong Fooey and Yogi Bear, the Flintstones. I mean, I pretty famously dislike the Flintstones. The Jetsons, I never really cared for. They're kind of things like, I don't know, like I'd watch them if it was all that was on, but they never those kind of cartoons never really grabbed me as a kid. They they felt they felt aimed at an older audience and out of date. Like when I was a kid, I never really liked Scooby Doo. Um, did they do? Did Hanna Barbera own Tom and Jerry? Because I did like Tom and Jerry cartoons. I don't remember if that was theirs or not, though. I do wonder how I would feel about them now, though, if I do wonder how I would feel about them now if I, like, had a collection of, like, their greatest hits on DVD or something, or I could go back and revisit them as an adult. Um, I wonder if I'd find them more to my taste than I did as a kid. I don't know if I'll ever make that effort. Tom and Jerry was Hanna-Barbera. I'm kind of shocked because Chuck Jones did such great work on Tom and Jerry. Was Hanna-Barbera. Board Jam says it came out recently. It's really good. Highly recommend it, since it's a really awesome movie for kids and family. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to promise that I'll search it out, but if I come across it, maybe I'll give it a try at some point. I've still got to make time to watch the Ewok movies. I promised that 100 years ago, and it still hasn't happened yet. I talk about the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I said that they felt like they were products of a bygone era that didn't relate to me, and at the same time, when I was a kid, I had VHS tapes of the black and white like rubber hose animation, like Popeye and Betty Boop and stuff, and I really liked some of those. So don't go looking for any consistency in my story. I agree that Tom and Jerry had a dated quality to it, but it had such expressive animation that was hand-drawn. Still kind of awe at it when I see it. Well, that one was the one that I cited as the exception. I feel like I've always enjoyed Tom and Jerry cartoons. It's mostly the other ones that I listed that were ones that I were saying I didn't get. Tom and Jerry would be a notable exception. Tom and Jerry Tales from '06. That was the last series. Oh, hey Greg, thank you for the 55 stream watch streak. Very much appreciated. Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes were my favorite. Yeah, I like the Looney Tunes quite a bit. Hey, Tommy, great to see you. Welcome in. Good to see you on. Thank you. We're playing another Christmas title tonight. This is Santa Claus Jr. on the Game Boy Color. And it's pretty alright. It's another sort of kind of run-of-the-mill platformer, but it hasn't really annoyed or frustrated me yet, and that's all a game has to do for me to like it, is just not do anything to make me hate it. It's easy for me to be friends with a game, as long as it doesn't go out of its way to make itself my enemy. Too few games seem to understand that. Oh no, that's really high up there. I don't know if I can get to that. Oh, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? It's a lot like the game we played last night, where it's really well animated. It's a little more challenging, and the music is terrible, but a lot of Game Boy Color music is pretty terrible, so... Oh, these spikes don't actually hurt us. I misread the situation. Cows, great to see you. Welcome in. Hope you are well. We have been mostly enjoying our playthrough of this game, and I have been explaining how if I found myself in a burning building that contained the entire library of Hanna-Barbera cartoons from all of history, the only thing that I would save is Tom and Jerry. Making for myself enemies of fans of a number of remarkable classics. While I'm engaging in some on brand hyperbole in my debatably accurate recounting of the earlier portion of the stream. I was just thinking about I shared a link in the Discord for anyone who may be curious to that Christmas Carol musical that I was talking about last night. Posted it in the music channel in the Discord. But there's a line, I was thinking about that. There's a line early on in that musical. It's in the first musical number where it's the earlier part of the story, and it's the scene where Scrooge's nephew Fred invites him over for Christmas dinner. And the line in the musical for Scrooge's reaction to that when Fred invites him over for Christmas dinner, the line that he sings is Christmas with you and your wife, I'd rather take my own life. And if you have listened to the stream for 2 seconds, you know how much I exaggerate everything that I say. But even that particular line was a level of hyperbole that even gave me pause. I'm just whenever I hear it, I'm just it's so extreme. I don't know. I can't not react to it. Another weird quirk of that musical too. There's another part of the Christmas Carol story is that when Scrooge was a younger man, he had a romantic relationship that fell apart, and there's a musical number for that part of the story as well, where Scrooge's lady friend Belle is singing her lament that their relationship is falling apart, and how he's not the man that she fell in love with. But so she just like so the song she's talking about him a lot in that song. But the weird thing about that music number is she refers to him exclusively by the name Scrooge. And I find it odd that your romantic partner doesn't use your given name to refer to you. That she never calls him Ebenezer. Which I mean, granted, it's much more efficient to refer to him by his surname, but it's not how people tend to naturally interact in my experience. Uh, the cow says sometimes family functions are a rough go. uh, so anyway, I've listened to that musical a lot of times, and there's a lot of tiny details that I like about it. It's a VHS Christmas Carol. Is what it is. It's up on YouTube for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about that has been made curious somehow. Uh, it's really quite good. I feel like at this point I have to watch it. I hope if you do, I hope you enjoy it. Jelly and I certainly do. It's a really good version of the story. It's got a lot of good music in it. We will hopefully make time this holiday season to enjoy some more adaptations of A Christmas Carol. I have a collection of about a dozen or so DVDs. I tend to buy every anytime I see A Christmas Carol on DVD, I always pick it up, and so I've got a bunch of them, but I buy them faster than I can watch them, so I have a substantial amount of them. I've never made my way through, but I've got like the Muppets, Barbie, Thomas the Tank Engine, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Sesame Street, Smurfs, Mr. Magoo. Did I mention the Flintstones? There's just every cartoon character has an adaptation of the Christmas Carol. So I've got tons of them to work my way through yet. The Muppets one, I think, still standing tall as my favorite of the versions. I don't expect that it will ever be dethroned. It has the double whammy of being especially great, but also I have a strong affection for Jim Henson products. One wouldn't think a Christmas Carol DVD would be a category of things someone has a backlog in. Oh, it's tremendous. I just rattled off a lot of them, and I know that there's a ton I'm not thinking of. And of course, I have ones that are just versions of A Christmas Carol that it's hard to like. it's harder to succinctly summarize what makes it unique, right? I mean, I guess like the key actor, Patrick Stewart or Jim Carrey or whoever's playing Scrooge. Oh, another secret area and I immediately failed. Oh no. I don't know what this piece of artwork is intended to convey to me. Apparently it was a warning that the apocalypse was imminent. No. Everything was going so well. Alright, well fortunately we just got a password, so let's just try restarting and see if that fixes it. F. Hame fever. Is this real hardware? Yeah, I'm playing on the GameCube. I'm using the Game Boy player. I don't have anything against emulation, but I use it exceedingly rarely. I've got a couple emulators built into my Wii. If we need emulation for the stream for some reason. And I also have some flash cards, so even like hacks and homebrews and stuff we can put onto actual hardware. And usually it's just more convenient. Like, you know, I use because my NES, I have like the toaster style NES, but it's so temperamental that I find it a lot more convenient to use. I have the Model 2 Famicom, the like top loader. I find it a lot more convenient to use that with the flash cart than to try to get my carts to work in the NES, which I don't feel great about because like the point of having physical games is to use them, but it's hard to argue with convenience. Hopefully the stage will behave this time. No! Oh, that enemy. Oh, that's brutal. It leaves the fire behind, and then you can fall onto it. Okay, get another shot at this. So sometimes there's benefits to the game crashing on me. Go to the left. Alright, let's go. Q, H, S, X, R, H, K. This is a rather intense level. Leap of faith. Stand on these platforms. Can't see anything I can do about those spikes. I'm gonna let those be. I prefer real hardware. I have a Mega SG, but I have a real Sega CD hooked up to it. It's like to be able to use the actual physical media more than anything. Yeah, I mean, I like using the actual carts as much as I can. But I do like the convenience of using the original hardware with flash carts. I'm real attached to the feel of the old controllers. And I like being able to play stuff on the CRT. I like the don't know, the refresh rate, the input lag or lack thereof. I've never found a setup with a computer or like a flat screen TV that feels close enough to how I want and expect it to. And that's not to say it's not possible, but I've never been technologically proficient enough. For a lot of the stuff that I like to play, that's like the action platformer type games, like, I really want it to feel a particular way. If I played more like menu-based stuff like RPGs, I probably wouldn't care so much. But with like my Marios and my Contras, I really want the game to feel the way I expect it to feel. But a lot of these, like, handhelds, though, there's also, like, when I'm playing handhelds like this, like, it doesn't quite feel the same, right? I'm playing it on a different piece of hardware, and when it comes to, like, Game Boy stuff, I have a converter that lets me plug a Nintendo 64 controller into my GameCube, because the D-pad and button layout is really good for Game Boy games. Like, it has a nice Super Nintendo D-pad, and it's got the A and B buttons at the correct angle that I can lay my thumb across both of them. And you can't do that with anything else. So there are a lot of unoriginal variables thrown into my handheld game playthroughs, but I like what I have going on here, so. Feedback is important for platforming, so that makes sense, Cal says. Use my PlayStation 2 on a CRT. Yeah, pretty much everything that's not the Switch, we play on the CRT. If I played any Wii U games, they would be on the flat screen. But we've never done a Wii U game on the stream. But everything else, even stuff that I could put on the flat screen, like my PlayStation 3, I put the PS3 on the CRT. Which means I can't read any of the text when we play a game, but oh well, who wants to read the text anyway? Oh, that brick was an enemy. I wasn't sure. I felt like that was a collectible. PlayStation 3 doesn't look bad on a CRT outside of not being able to... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it looks fine. It was kind of a joke. Because I got my PlayStation 3, I got secondhand, and it came with a set of composite video cables. And I just said, like, as a joke, that I would play Dark Souls 2 on the CRT. But then when I was testing it out, the PlayStation 3 is also kind of tricky to capture. And it turned out that it was just easier to capture it with the composite video anyway, so it's like, well, it was meant to be. No, there was an extra life down there and I let the time run out. I have the composite. I have the Xbox 360 set up with the composite video too, but we've never played it on the stream. There's not a. I've never gotten around to playing any 360 games. But it's ready to go when we do. RSR HPTV. It seemed like we might be coming up close to the end of the game there, like that level, that bell tower level felt like it could be like a final boss's lair or something. And now we seem to have moved further away, though. I find myself back out in the forest. I think I'm not as close to victory as I imagined. What? This is not the correct way to go? Oh, there's an opening there. Played Dead Rising on 360 on a CRT. I couldn't read anything. It was tough to play. That's the game with the zombies in the shopping mall, right? I think my buddy in high school tried playing that on his on a CRT. I think that's what got him to buy a flat screen. That would do it. Yeah, I think I remember. I think I have a vague memory of him buying a flat screen because he was frustrated with trying to play that game on the CRT. Which he was real into new tech anyway, so really he would have wanted to get it anyway, but I think that was his excuse. I could never go back to old-fashioned TVs, Greg says. You're probably, you probably have a lot of good company there. I like this guy. He's purple, he's got a sword and a shield. This guy's rad. He and I should be friends. It's a shame we had to meet under these circumstances. Hey, Kiss Army, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you are well tonight. Whoa. I got really lucky. Watch out. Oh, watch out for the tentacle. I like this stage. This is a good one. There's a lot of stuff going on here. What on earth? This is Santa Claus Jr. on the Game Boy Color. It's a pretty, like, it's kind of a simple platformer. As in, not complicated, not as in easy. It's, I mean, it's not very difficult, but it's a little challenging. It's pretty fun. I've been having a good time with it. I'm not playing exclusively, I'm not playing exclusively Christmas games for December, but I am leaning pretty heavily into them. We played Days Before Christmas last night on the Genesis, and that game was pretty alright. It was kind of similar to this. It was a well-animated, but kind of basic platformer. This game is a little more challenging, but also well animated. What's the story about? I think the story is someone kidnapped Santa Claus, and we play as a random kid who found his hat and coat, and we have to rescue him. It's kind of like the Tim Allen Santa Claus movie. When something happens to Santa, if you put on his wardrobe, you become the new Santa, I think, is the rules we're operating on. I feel like jumping on that enemy is mandatory. Alright, it's maybe not. I like the new games and music. I like the old games and music, but on new technology, Greg says. This actually looks amazing for Game Boy Color. I think it looks really good, yeah. The music is a nightmare, but visually it's alright. Really good, actually. I'm just gonna pass up on collectibles just because the end of the level's there. Agent Frownie sees collectibles, Agent Frownie obtains collectibles. Yeah. Oh my goodness, CRTs can be so heavy. The one that I use right now came with the house. It was here when we moved in, but it was upstairs. I had brought it down here to the basement all by myself, and I was walking around bent over like a question mark for a week. I can believe it. I feel like I went too long without streaming. I'm out of practice for how much talking or maybe how loud I'm being. I don't know. Last night and tonight, my throat's getting a little scratchy during the stream, even though I've got tea with me. I guess my tea, though, like, it's just plain tea. It doesn't have any lemon or honey or anything to make it more soothing. It's really just dirty water. Leaf juice. So maybe it's not, but maybe it's not the help I would imagine it to be. I don't really have it, like, I don't have tea during the stream necessarily to soothe my voice anyway. Typically, I just have it because hot beverages are enjoyable. They're their own reward. No, I bounced up here. That was not my goal. Oh, actually worked out to my advantage. Let's go. Fell right through that guy. I can't finish this guy off. He's invincible. You win, purple guy. Remember we had a huge CRT growing up? It was taller than I was for the duration of us having it. I remember it took my dad and uncle and a neighbor to move it when we changed the layout of the family room. Oh my goodness. I actually don't have very clear memories of my family's, like the family room TV when I was, a kid. I don't think it was anything too massive. Like, probably just like maybe like a 24-inch. My parents had a small TV in their bedroom, and then I had a Commodore 64 monitor in mine that I hooked to a VCR and used as a TV. At some point, my parents got a really big projection TV, though. It was in the standard definition era. And that was a gigantic TV. But that was more like when I was in high school? No, middle school. Oh, vines. Gross. I was laser focused on that heart pickup. I didn't even notice the vines I was jumping on directly onto. A 40-inch CRT would probably weigh at least 200 pounds. A 40-inch flat screen probably weighs about 15. So I have a flat screen down here that we use, like I said, for the Switch, and it's a I think it's only a 720 screen. It's a really old, like early flat screen. It is it's not like the really early flat screens where they were still like CRTs in size with the flat screen on them, but it's like I think like the generation right after that where they actually are like flat, but it's not like razor thin like flat screens are. It's got very significant chunk to it. I like it quite a lot though. It doesn't have the like if you really care about resolution, then most people probably wouldn't like it, but I actually think it's really good. For being such an old flat screen, I like it quite a bit. Rich So Cash, welcome in. A 27-inch CRT you can move by yourself? You can, but at what cost? My brother just had to get a 27-inch CRT. He weighed a ton. When we had to move about a year later, he complained that he had to move it. We were all like, you wanted it. My back hurt for days later. Might be wrong about how big it was, Greg says. It was not easily moved by oneself unless you happen to be Clark Kent. That guy is suspiciously strong, isn't he? And I never see him in the gym. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, where does he get it? 32-inch and bigger, you'll need help. That's true. Farm boys are like that. I forgot about that. He did grow up on a farm. These are some massive lizards. They're basically dinosaurs. Komodo dragons. Oh, this is not what I was expecting to find over here. Where am I? I'm suddenly in ancient Egypt? Take that one up, please and thank you. There's Gex. I need to play some Gex games. I've never played a Gex. I think I've got the ones on the Nintendo 64. We need to play those. He's one of those characters that seems to have a very mixed reception. Enter the Gecko is considered the best. I should have played Gex a while back when we played Croc. I should have done Croc as a double feature with Gex. I don't know if I missed that heart or if it respawned. I think I probably missed it. I don't know if I can go back for it at this point. It's way back there. I actually like Croc better. Croc was pretty good. I like Croc. I think that game was really good. It was annoying to 100%. Some of the stages had mini games that were really bad. That you only got one shot and then you have to redo the whole stage if you messed up or got robbed. Both of which happened. It was definitely my fault a lot of times, but it definitely wasn't all exclusively my fault, I felt. Maybe I'm lying to myself. But anyway, it was annoying to 100%, but it's a really good game. I did that one just earlier this year. I was going through, I was actually updating our list. I put the link in the chat earlier when I was testing the bot to make sure it was working. I keep a Google sheet of all the games that we beat on the stream, but I didn't update it at all this year. I hadn't updated it since Baby Man was born. Really? So I sat down today and I was trying to put into the Google sheet all the games that we beat this year. And I'm caught up through August, I think, now. For those curious, there's the link. But I was looking back through it, and we've done pretty well. So I started streaming in 2021, and in 2021 we completed 109 games. 22 was 102 games. 23 was 108. Last year we did 95, which is pretty good considering we had the whole expecting a baby situation. And this year though, I'm only up to about 70 so far, and like counting through August. So I don't know if I don't think we're gonna. I think it's gonna be our smallest year. But I've missed a lot of streams this year with the baby and everything. So still 70 plus is pretty good, and it's gonna be higher than that because there's a couple months I haven't counted yet. But and these numbers are approximate because games get duplicate entries as well, because it's not just first clears, but like if I beat a game one night and then like a night or two later go back and get 100%, then that game has two entries because I include the first clear and the 100% as separate entries. And if we do challenge runs through games like Contra would be in there like 4 times, right? Because we have first clear. It might even actually it's in there more because we have first clear, 1 credit clear, deathless no items, deathless all items. So Contra's in there a bunch of times because there are different challenges we did. And sometimes, like if it's a game, like if we did like Castlevania 64, like I did normal mode and then I did hard mode, so it's in there. And then we did that for each character, so it's in there 4 times. But then, it doesn't include like vanilla, like casual replays either. Because like think of how many times we played and beaten like the Super Ghouls and Ghost or Castlevania on NES on the stream, like just to do it. Like the victory number would be astronomical if I included every clear of some of these games. So some things get duplicated, but then some things don't get counted. So it all balances out. All things considered, that's still pretty good. Yeah, I think we've got some impressive numbers. Yeah, we're pretty close to 500 victories on the stream. That's I think that's something. We really need to not focus on what percentage of those victories are games that are actually worth playing, though. Excuse me. If we focus on quality over quantity, then that list tells a much more depressing story. Oh my goodness, spooky ghosts. I don't even know if I can interact with them. I don't know if I want to take the risk. I didn't think I was going to make that jump. Okay. That mummy looks like he's right out of Scooby-Doo. He can only move in one direction. Oh, no, he can't. Oh, these guys are rough. That got kind of ugly. Alright, can I jump on these guys? I need to figure this out. Nope. Okay. Good to know. Felt a shiver run down my spine. of a... That was a lot of work for one candy cane. I thought this flag said Mom. Oh, it says Neon. Is Neon the name of the company that made this game? We saw Neon Bananas earlier. Now the flag just says Neon. The rip. I didn't know I was over a pit. That's unfortunate. If you're gonna play this game, I recommend muting the music and just putting on a Christmas CD in the background. I think that's the proper way to enjoy this game. There's definitely no enjoying the actual soundtrack. It's repetitive even for me, which is saying something, Cal says. I thought of you the other day when I heard some really repetitive music, and I thought to myself, I bet Cal's likes this song. I wish I could remember what it was, so my story would actually have a point. Maybe it'll come to me. I also ordered a game on eBay about a week ago, and after I purchased it, I noticed that the seller had a suspiciously pro-cow username, and then I was thinking to myself, is Cows running a used PlayStation 1 eBay store? Did I just... Am I gonna get a message in my Discord later that, Am I gonna get a message in my Discord later that says, hey, I know what you bought? No? Well, yeah. I did. I found someone else that loves cows. Well, I got the shipping information actually earlier today, though, and it appears that it was shipping out of a completely different part of the country from where I believe you've shared that you are. So, it would, if it had been your store, it would be a logistics nightmare to operate. So I thought, oh, that probably settles it. But it was a happy coincidence. Yeah, or maybe I had to throw you off the case. But I have my agent status revoked. My poor investigative skills have been brought to light. Yeah, make the enemy help me get to the platform. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise of what the game is, but I bought it because a video came up in my YouTube recommendations, and it was titled something like the worst PlayStation 1 platformer, and I didn't even need to click on the video. It was right there in the thumbnail. I was like, well, if someone on YouTube is calling this the worst platformer, then I've got to pick up a copy. That was all it took. The unverified opinion of one person. Of course. Oh, it's too many frogs. Oh, we can jump on the frogs. The ghosts had me operating in pure avoidance mode. My piece of paper here is getting really filled up with passwords. What are we at now? Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're at 14 levels into this game now. Maybe that'd be 24 like the other one. Got a monkey down there? With a top hat? Wow, he had a lot of health, too. Can I climb this vine? No? Bogus. I thought this was a wardrobe, but now I think it's a grandfather clock. An eyeball on a leg? What kind of enemy is this? It looks like that guy from Small Soldiers. Oh, look at the eyeballs in the background. That's kind of gross. That makes me see, the eyeball in the background makes me see this whole wall as a flesh wall now. I know there's like brick pattern, but I don't see that as brick anymore. Now I see it as scar tissue. Don't like that, Cow says. Oh, look. This eyeball has a telescope. It's put here to taunt him. Look. All he wants to do is gaze through this telescope, and it's just out of reach. This is a cruel game. What? Why won't you ledge grab? I think the music for this level had what could be a good melody. It's just that the actual instrumentation sounds really bad. Is this like a magic spell on the background here? Oh yeah, why would I think I could jump on that guy? He's got a fork for a head. This looks scary. That was the end of the level? RQZSTSS. Why? Why is the theme song for this game Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? It's not even a Christmas song. Oh, where's this taking me? Why are we going this way? That's why we're going that way, so I could get hit by that fire. Rude. Okay, I really should not skip the candy cane, right? That wouldn't... Oh. No, the spikes. Ah. Santa Claus Jr. doesn't approve of his dad's music. PCXLHSP. The Santa Claus Jr. title is kind of weird, right? Because like, if I understood the beginning cutscene correctly, there is no actual relation between our character and Santa Claus. We just found his jacket. Like, if I sneak into your house and put your coat on, that doesn't make you my dad. I didn't write this password clearly enough. If I end up needing it, I'm going to be in trouble. I gotta make a correction here real quick. Maybe it's Twinkle Twinkle for the password because it's a jumble of letters, and there's that version of the alphabet song that says, "Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?" in Twinkle Twinkle's cadence. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're the same thing. I was gonna say the Twinkle Twinkle version of the alphabet song is the only version I know, but that's not true. Bill Wirtz had an alphabet song that's pretty catchy. So I guess I know too. Perhaps we need to revisit the intro cutscene. Uh, who needs the official lore? Who needs the official lore when we could just rely on my half remembered, half paying attention, half capable of processing, half mental capacity interpretation. Uh, there's a new version these days that the kids sing, Cal says. Baby man's not old enough for his alphabet, so maybe that's why I haven't encountered it quite yet. Oh, that fire is quite the obstacle. These stages with the flesh wall in the background are all kind of short and very much bleeding together for me. I think we've got to be pretty near the end of the game at this point, and I think the developers felt like they were getting near the end of the game when they were working on these stages. Missed out on a thing there. What is this? Guess it's a globe of a planet with 3 moons. Is this a maze? Amazing. Kind of surprised this game is basically pure platforming. I was very much expecting it to be more puzzle-like. Yeah, no really no puzzle at all. Not even like an action, like an auto-scroller stage anywhere. What did I just collect? They put a collectible and they hid it behind a beam in the foreground, so I don't even know what I picked up. My post-it note has become too full of passwords. I have to tear it off and start writing on the back. I ran out of room. Thought that was an electric chair. Oh. We found the weirdest music in the game. I actually kind of like the music on this level. I like that weird, like, Animal Crossing voice, like, droning in the mix. Ow. It sounds just like an Animal Crossing character singing along. Oh, I definitely missed something on this stage. Oh my goodness, there's 100 stages that all look the same here at the end of the game. They really didn't need to finish the game out with 1,000 identical micro stages. They could have just had one big stage. This is just padding to put a bigger level count on the back of the box. What? I see. Oh my goodness. It is. It's a micro stage. My hand is getting tired from writing down passwords so frequently. It's like I'm copying lines as a punishment. This fire moves about quite randomly. Eyeball monster, come back. Yeah. Handy password says there's going to be 500 more micro levels. It really seems like that. It just goes on forever. It's become so dull. What is making this noise? I'm certain that this is the correct way to go. Probably need to go up one more, but I'll try this out. No. The combination of Lumiere and the Ghost is brutal. Get me out of here. I was right, by the way. Got the correct pathway first try. Has that artwork of the guy and the witch been on every page? Is this... I want to get my hopes up, but is this an indication that we're at the final boss? Let's go! I need that health refill right away. Uh-oh. How long do your iframes last? Oh, they weren't iframes. Look, there's a full smile in the background. It's like Nick Jr. Oh, the music got more intense. Wow, this, victory? Christmas music, let's go! It wasn't even the final stage! I hope this stage is just a victory lap. That boss had a lot of attacks. Oh, it's not even a stage. It's just counting our present total. 40? That's not a bad count, right? Is that all this is? Does that determine which ending we get? What is this? It's a jukebox? Wait a minute. You're telling me the developers of this game were so proud of themselves for the music they'd created that they wanted to make you listen to it? They made a special jukebox just so you can listen to this awful music? That's our reward at the end of the game? To be fair, maybe this soundtrack sounds a lot better on a Game Boy Color speaker. Maybe it's not engineered to be listened to through high quality headphones. The music isn't that bad, honestly, Zergling says. It's pretty rough on my end. It's very shrill. The true reward, of course, is Dragon's Lair. Oh, yeah. And yeah, we'll spin the wheel. We've actually already seen the credits, so we don't have to sit through those again. Apologies if that's the part you were most looking forward to. And I think that's the whole game. Let me just see what this, let me just see what happens when you lower your heart count there. 3 lives. Does it make us weaker to enemies? So that takes the whole thing away. So this was a difficulty slider all along. Oh, 6 lives. Maybe it wasn't? Oh, it is. It does start you with fewer lives, too. Huh. Alright, well, maybe someday we'll play it again on hard mode. But that's our victory of this game for now. Not a bad game. I like this game. I don't like that it's got 1,000 identical micro levels at the end. That was some very annoying padding there, but it doesn't diminish my enjoyment of the overall product too much. I would say it's a pretty solid game. 6 out of 7. Yeah. Turn the hearts down and turn the music up 100% next Christmas. Maximum difficulty. Alright, we'll spin the wheel and then we'll play Dragon's Lair for a while. Let me just get all the stuff out that I need. When we complete a game, we spin the Wheel of Scorchin. The numbers on the wheel represent tiny bottles of hot sauce. Some of them are very mild, and some of them are very not mild. And I will just generously enjoy a dose of whatever it picks for me. Number 10. Number 10 is Garlic Habanero. I think this one is one of the more intense ones. Not the hottest, but... I'm curious if the new jumping on the double platform technique really works tonight or not. Well, it worked consistently last night. Surely a game like Dragon's Lair would not betray me. I got post-it notes scattered all over creation here on my desk. Looks like autumn leaves. And I think we might just finish up this bottle. That is not at all as hot as I thought it was going to be. Even with the extra I poured in to finish out the bottle, I'm very underwhelmed. I was expecting a real kick from that one, and I didn't get it. That's a shame. What a dud of a finish to that bottle. I don't know why my life counter would affect the timing of the platforms. Alright, so we're gonna switch games. Let me just step away a moment. I gotta change the wires to put us on another console. I need to get a switcher box, so I don't have to constantly unplug and replug new AV cables. But I just can't find one that has as many switches as I need. I need one that's got a 20 switch capacity. But I'll be back with you in just a moment, everyone.